Yeah, hit on your
It's the Too Many
side.
Hats podcast with your host with the most, Tony and Lavelle, every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock That He. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hats podcast.
Top of morning to you, my good people. Happy Tuesday. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. It's your host with the most, Tony Mays, Lavelle Salter. What it
What
do,
up,
my
bro?
guy?
You got it, man. You look quite handsome today. I like the brown stuff you got going on. I see you, knock the beard down, you know what I mean? I see.
It's been knock the beard down, man. You tripping.
I know it just kind of like, it kind of go with the everything going on today, the
Don't
aesthetics.
don't don't start that, bro. Don't start all that foolishness.
Oh boy, you stupid. So
No, no.
man, you got some shout outs. I got some shout outs. It's all good, man. We're gonna keep it going, Doc. Which one you want to
I,
start with?
you could do the ones I sent you because I can't, I can't read nothing, man. Everything for me is like, mini.
I can't read it neither. I'm gonna have to go on let me go on my trusted email that you sent and try to see can I see it. You said these old eyes ain't what they used to be. Which one? Okay, I got. Let me go to the other one. All right, this is the first one, guys. This is an 18-year-old student has graduated high school with an impressive 4.77 grade point average after overcoming a cancer diagnosis during her academic journey. While undergoing treatment, she continued attending classes, completing advanced coursework, and meeting all graduation requirements, maintaining top academic performance. Wow. Despite
Yep.
periods of medical care, fatigue, and disruption, she remained committed to her education with support from her family, teachers, and medical team. She balanced treatment with exams and college preparatory courses, refusing to let her illness define her future. Come on, boo. Uh, gradu-
Yeah.
Graduating with one of the highest GPAs in her class, her achievement reflects both academic excellence and remarkable resilience. And it don't have a
That's
name.
it. It I thought it was somewhere on there.
I'm looking for it. I don't see it on here.
Well, hey, yeah, anyway, shout
You get
out.
an accolade. Shout out to her, man. Big this hey, that's really encouraging though. I mean, because I mean if she can do it, anybody can. So like you say, no
Right.
excuses.
Man, what?
No excuses.
She,
All right, we're going to the next
she,
one, man. Going to the next one. Um, this guy name was, and hopefully I'm not saying his name wrong. It was Hanif. I think I made a good attempt at it. I do pretty well sometimes. You do good. Hanif L. Johnson turned his life around after multiple teen arrests to become Pennsylvania's youngest magisterial district judge at 27. In 2018, his journey from troubled youth to Penn State All American athlete and community service shows the power of redemption and using personal experience to inspire change. Man, big shout out to my guy, man. That's big.
yeah, man. Yeah.
I love them shout
Because
outs.
sometimes, man, folk will use the excuse that, oh, I didn't have this, I didn't have that. Here's a guy who defied the odds, got in some trouble, but said, I ain't gonna let trouble hold me down,
Right,
you
right.
know.
Yeah.
So,
Good shout outs,
man,
man.
shout out, man. Yeah.
We got to give a shout out, man, to the Indiana Hoosiers,
Yeah, man. Shout out to the
man.
Rouges, bro.
Undefeated all the way through for the first time ever since 1996 has it been done.
16-0. Now
That's crazy.
you done had some teams that go 15-0. Georgia,
Yeah,
uh, LSU, uh, Clemson,
yeah,
couple other teams, Michigan. Then went 15-0, but 16-0 ain't been done in a long time, bro.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to my wife, Dawn, man. She really kind of got me back on this football tip. And what's so crazy, every football game I've watched for the last, whether it's been NFL or college, the game is turning out the same way. I'm talking about like teeth grinding, like 3 points down. I'm like, what the hell is going on with these games?
I like when they be good like that when they come down to the wire, bro. Because it's man, you see them coordinators, man. You see them going grit for grit, man. They going at each other. Man. I like it like that. This was a good game, man. A good close game.
When that boy caught the interception, I was like, it's over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was over then. I don't like them blowout games, man. I like it when they stay close. But shout out to Indiana Hoosiers, man, who does something, man, that they defied the odds, bro. A lot of people have talked about them, said, well, yeah, they got a bunch of old players. I mean, first y'all say, well, they ain't got the roster. Now that they winning, they got all these old seasoned players. Which one is it? They can't compete because they ain't got the roster, or they can compete because they got old players. I mean, make it make sense.
So crazy. The quarterback, what's his name? Start with an E.
Mendoza.
Yeah, he Miami turned him down, and he Miami.
yeah. See, good morning, Phyllis. He grew up in Miami, man. His dad actually played with Coach Cristobal on Miami team. So his dad played with Miami. So for him to not be able to, for them to say him, or I don't think his brother is a quarterback that backed him up. Okay. And yeah, and I don't know if his brother had an opportunity or he just went to Indiana because his older brother was there. But it worked out for him. That's all I can say.
Yeah, man. Congratulations, though, guy, man. Like you said, that was a good game. And
it worked out in his favor. And drop my phone.
Pep in the stress.
Pep down. Pep in the stress.
Big shout out to the NBA hustlers, man. One time, man. Big shout out to all of my DJs, man. Today is National DJ Day, man. Big shout out to all my DJs, man, from near and far, Memphis, man, and abroad. Man, y'all keep on doing y'all good work. Man, I've been at this for a good long time, and I'm just thankful that this business has been able to bless me to feed my family, man, and keep on going, man. So I'll be 50 this year, man. I gotta do some thinking. So, but I'm gonna keep on going, man, till these knees say no.
Man, I want to do this too, man. I want to send my condolences to the family of white folk, man. He was a comedian, and we don't want to talk about the bad stuff he did, but he was represented in the hood where he represented the hood, man. So man, shout out to white folk, man, who lost his life tragically on a motorcycle accident, man.
Yeah, man. They were saying that they've been trying to kill a man now for so long, and nobody even sure if it was really true or not. So he kept on going on the timeline. Yeah. I'm hollering at my homeboy on the phone. He's like, man, is it true? Because he knows some of his folks know him. So they're affiliated, if you will. So and I was like, man, I don't know. I said, because they keep on coming down my timeline. So they eventually, confirmed it. Everything. So say my condolences to his family, bro. Dude was funny as hell, man.
Yeah, he is. White folks funny, bro. He was funny. Yeah.
Man, he was all across the world, man. I mean, to be just a Memphis, man, good dude, bro.
Yeah.
So, man, Miss Phyllis, I'm so glad you jumped on first. Because this podcast today is spent off from a question, a comment that you made last week in one of our podcasts, and I just thought we'd dive into it because this is a saying that we always say, and I just never really knew where it came from, and just a phrase, a spinoff, and it's almost like it's been a cop out. So we want to really get into it to see what it really means, the statistics. How to come away from it and try to kill that whole term, hurt people. Yeah. So breaking trauma cycles in our homes and communities, man. So we're gonna dive into it, man. Tony, you got anything to say before we jump into it?
No, man, when you talk about hurt people, a lot of people don't really understand, and then a lot of people do. And basically all it's really saying is, man, that some people have allowed their trauma to hurt them in a way that they're not satisfied unless somebody is hurting with them. So
Mhm.
instead of trying to heal from their past traumas or heal and get better, they want to bring other people or draw other people into the trauma with them. And
Mhm.
so um, I've again this weekend I've witnessed some stuff this weekend, man, that represented a whole lot of really past hurt that
Mhm.
people ain't got over yet, and
Mhm.
you know, and they wanna make other people hurt just like they hurting, you
Yeah.
know, and so um, it's not a good feeling, man. Like I woke up this morning, man, and even just to see people you love hurting,
Yeah.
um, and ain't nothing you can really do or say because you got to kind of let it run its course. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Um, you know, it's tough, bro. It's tough, man. When you see people hurting, and it's the same like with you, man. When I know you going through, you hurting, and you dealing with and I can't really do nothing, but I mean, outside of pray, I mean, we can always pray. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But your heart just bleeds, man. When you have a heart for people, your
Mhm.
heart just bleeds, man. When you got folk just hurting,
Mhm.
and sometimes even those people the hurt people that try to hurt people, in
Mhm.
that sense, those who have suffered past traumatic events or have been traumatized since youth or just whatever the situation may be that
Mhm.
that feeds them their trauma. They haven't healed from it yet, and so I even have I feel sorry for those people because um, we always use those saying misery loves company, but I think it goes beyond misery. You know, when
Mhm.
when you're just so hurt and you don't know how to deal with the hurt, and your hurt, you think the best way to deal with it. And I may be getting into the slides is by isolating people or isolating yourself from people. But
Mhm.
what happens is when you come back in contact with any group of people or somebody that reminds you of that, it back basically, you know, reveals that past hurt trauma and all that. It activates that again. So you have to get help for it, man.
Yeah. And that you mentioned that, bro. I mean, I kind of, I guess I just have my good days and my bad days because we had an opportunity here at the house here a couple of days ago, and I just sit down with my family and tell them, we're gonna have to take this in stride the best way we know how. Oh, he dropped off. I don't know what happened. When you love deep, the pain of others truly affects you. Oh yeah, most definitely. True that. He back.
Yeah,
But what I was saying though, I had this, had to have a sit down with my family, man. We just all of a sudden have these meltdown moments every so often, and I just had to, I had to just, stand on business, as they say, just, hey, everybody sit down, turn the TV off, turn the phones off. But man, we need to have a come to Jesus, and
right,
you know, and it's hard, bro. But I think I've found some consolation in it, man. Just evidently, man, it's something that happens in seasons for a reason, and
right,
I have my nights, I have my days, and I just try to, not avoid it, but just try to take it on the chin the best way I know how.
right, right,
So,
right.
but yeah,
Breaking trauma cycles, man. We
yeah,
gotta break them.
yeah. So we're gonna take the. Can we see? Can I go take this banner down? Which one is it? There you go. All right. Um, why this matters? 70% of adults experience at least, and then my thing is showing over there, traumatic events. Um, 1 in 5 U.S. adults live with mental illness. Man,
Oh,
that's crazy. I saw that. I was like,
that's
wow.
yeah, that's crazy. So
60%.
is it because there are all types of mental illness. So we ain't just saying that hey they just crazy off their rockets, but they're suffering
Yeah,
from some type of disorder
yeah.
mentally.
Man, bro, when we did that episode with Danielle, and I
Yeah,
kind of like really been doing some more research since then, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I wanted to highlight that because people might think, oh man, you one out of every five, they crazy. No, that don't mean they crazy. When
No.
we say mental issue, there are all types of mental issues.
Mhm. Yeah. 60% of inmates report childhood trauma. Wow.
Mhm.
91% of domestic violence survivors experience childhood abuse. Oh man.
Wow,
Unhealed pain. Listen to this one good. Unhealed pain is a public health crisis.
wow,
That ain't got nothing to do with no mental illness or nothing. What it does, but I mean,
yeah.
just unhealed. I mean, you ain't did
It,
nothing
it
to get
just
it out.
goes it just goes in the mental category, but doesn't mean like people just associate mental illness with they just off they rocket crazy. No, it's just we're
Yeah.
suffering from some type of traumatic stress, some type of traumatic stress or event that has caused us to not, in some instances, see things as clear as others. Maybe.
Yeah. Good morning, Miss Bada. She said, "Good morning, guys." Tony, you just said a mouthful. I have witnessed someone who had and is going through what you just described. Man, it be
Hmm.
crazy. Miss Phillips said, I love winter. It's really hard on depression. Yeah, that season of depression is real.
So,
Um,
because I think what happens, Miss Phyllis, uh, is that you know we associate certain seasons with the traumatic thing that happened to us or the thing that caused us to go. And then not only you got to think about this when it's cold like this, a lot of us are nestled in the warmth of our homes, not going. And so it tends to bring out or have us because there's a lot, not a whole lot to do but watch TV or and an
mhm.
idle mind will get you to thinking about all of these past traumas and things. And man, it'll send you into a spiral of depression. I told somebody yesterday, this is ironic that you brought it up. I told somebody that, man, I like when it's a little cool outdoors like this or cold outdoors. But it makes me not want to come out, not want to do nothing. And that's part of that depression that I've experienced in the past where I just like don't want to do absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So there are definitely the seasons, seasonal depression for sure.
yeah. Origin of the phrase. Let me pull up my pull this up while we because it keep blocking stuff on the thing. Give me 1 second, guys. Uh, but this is where the phrase originated from, and I went and looked this up soon as she mentioned it the other day. I was surprised Miss Gwen ain't on here. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm downloading the slide on my phone so I can read everything. Okay, it says the origin of the phrase. It says popularized by Dr. John Bradshaw in the 1980s. Family systems therapist specialized in toxic shame and childhood trauma. He has a book called Healing the Shame That Binds You. I'm gonna
Mm,
go find it and check that out because I'm sure there's some nuggets in there as well.
right.
We keep going. Say Bradshaw core observation was abused kids become abusive adults.
Hmm.
Kids become emotionally unavailable adults.
Wow.
Powerless kids become controlling adults. Wow. Shame kids. We don't like the term kids, guys. It's just on here. We like children because kids are ghosts. Uh, shame children become angry or self destructive adults.
But this right here will says a lot, man.
It
This
does.
this when you trying to understand right now the dynamic and uh, the core energy of some of our young people and why they are or why they have such, you know, man, I don't want to say, I hate to say crazy or hateful energy, but just weird energy, bro. When you start looking at this, man, it makes a lot of sense, man. When kids are abused, they tend to be abusive. If they're neglected, they tend to be emotionally unavailable for others or their kids.
Emotionally
I'm
available for themselves.
man, when I tell you, I'm seeing all of this stuff play out right now, bro.
Absolutely.
I'm seeing it play out, man, and it is sickening, man. It sickens me to my stomach because, again, when you watch it play out in real time, and you see so many of people affected by it, so much hurt, and it's just like it ain't nothing you can do, bro. It's it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Neglected kids, they become emotional unavailable, and I see people fight through that. When they have been neglected as kids or abused as kids. Not this is not to say that every child that's abused is abusive, or every kid that's neglected is emotionally unavailable. Every powerless kid is controlling adult. Every shame kid is angry. But this says a lot
Yeah, I mean, you
because
got
you
some
have
you have some people who fight through the and win victory, and I'm sure
yeah
there's cases they actually still have those moments. But I'm sure the odds of this happening is very, very, vast. You know,
yeah yeah.
Miss Phillips
It's
said, yes, because I lost my husband and my mom in the winter. Good morning, Miss Gwen. Miss Phillips says, I look at bullies totally different now. Oh man, it coming from a place of hurt and pain.
yeah
Absolutely.
yeah. I always said that bullies ain't bullies just because they just want to bully people.
Right.
They either been picked on as a kid. Last time we mentioned something about the bully, I brought up the George Foreman story. How he was
Yeah.
picked on as a kid. They talked about him. He was a big kid, but he didn't have clothes. He had run down shoes, and they were poor. And he wanted, he became the person that they pushed him into being because he was a bully. And when he realized that life was headed for destruction, he wanted to change his life. So he came to his mom and said, I'm going to the job corps. I want to go to the job corps. She said, you think that's gonna make you better? And he got in there and he was learning to do better. He was learning to have a little bit. And his mama had bought him some brand new Converse sneakers before he left. And this white guy stole his sneakers. And he punched a hole through the door to get to this white guy and hung the guy out the window. Finna drop the guy.
Oh,
Because the guy had his shoes. And this black guy came in. He said, man, what's wrong with you? He said, he stole my shoes. My mama bought me them shoes. Then he said, what that dough do to you? He said, what that dough do to you?
so I got to get it out some kind of way.
Yeah, he said, it was in my way.
Hey, hey,
And so he said, nah, he said, nah, I gotta send you home. You got bus money? He said, no, sir. Man, I gotta send you home. So he put him in the car, got his stuff, and he was riding. He said, I can't go home. I can't go home.
Mm.
And the dude had pulled out the gate, and he turned around, whipped back, and went back into the job corps place. And he took him to a building, took him in. They were boxing. He said, "You know how to box?" He said, "I've been fighting all my life." He said, "I ain't talking about fighting, son. I'm talking about boxing." And he said, "I could teach you how to box and teach you how to, And that's how he became a boxer, bro. Somebody took the time instead of pushing him out further, because he probably would have went back right back to what he was doing on the streets, robbing folks, beating up folks, and no telling how his life would have ended up.
Yeah. And
But somebody took the time.
You mentioned it last time, and I still hadn't watched it. What is it on?
You just probably had to Google it, man. The George Foreman story. You just probably had to Google it.
Okay, I'm gonna watch that
And
today because it's the third
and
time you
see,
mentioned it. I gotta watch it now.
yeah, and see what it show up. But I mean, it's a good story to me, man.
I love
Uh,
stories like that.
yeah. I like when they do those stories to train people. Like, they ain't gonna always get everything right in the story. But I think they got a lot of what he had, because he ain't spoke out about it. They kind of misinterpret some stuff, but he ain't spoke out about it. So I figure they got a lot of it right.
Yeah. Says Bradshaw thought process says childhood trauma, toxic shame,
Mhm.
emotional pain,
Emotional pain. Yep.
emotional pain, unhealthy coping,
Hmm.
personality traits, destructive behavior. I mean, you said it just like with the George Foreman thing. Destructive behavior, trauma.
Transferred trauma. Man, this dude, I got to get his book, bro. I got to get his book.
They said,
I definitely got to get this dude's book.
Y'all make sure y'all check Healing the Shame that binds you.
Yeah, I got to get his book, man, because what he's sharing here, man, is really good information, and I think this is information that we all need to really just even if you don't experience, you're not experiencing any of this yourself. You probably know somebody who, like I said, like I told you, I'm watching this right now unveil in real time, and it's a lot of words, but it's a lot of adjectives that I want to use to describe, what I'm feeling, what I've seen, and but it's difficult, man. It's difficult again just to see people in pain and you can't help them, or to see people being affected by other folks' trauma that's causing even more pain.
Right. That's go crazy, bro.
She said, please put the book title up again.
Okay.
It's called Healing the Shame That Blinds You.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can look up the book right quick and send it and put it in the group.
Okay. We're gonna go on to the next slide. It says psychological foundation. It says reputation compulsion. That comes from Dr. Freud. Attachment theory comes from Dr. Bowlby. Trauma bonding and learned behavior cycles. Ooh-wee. Man, it's so much to unpack because I don't know when Miss Phillips mentioned it, and I heard it all the time. I guess it was just because what we had been dealing with in those past podcasts leading up to her saying it, it just kind of like dropped in my head like a just boom, like have we ever even discussed this? And so when I was looking back over the other podcasts to see what we're going to talk about, it popped up again. I said, you know what? It must be meant to talk about this. So it's crazy. Go on to the next slide. Neuroscience of trauma. So trauma rewires the brain. Oh, man. What does this say, Tony? I can't say that. Amy Gadala. Am I saying that right? No, ain't no A in the middle. Whatever that is.
Don't get me in line.
But it has something to do with fear.
Right.
Overactive. Prefrontal cortex underactive. Underactive, I mean.
Underactive, yeah.
Yeah. Fight, flight, freeze, default, emotional regulation decreases. Man, trauma is something else, Doc. It's on Amazon, okay.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. I'm trying to share it now. Facebook. Here you go. Let me see if I can share it in a group. If it'll let me share it to our group. Yeah. I just shared it in the 2 Men That Hat community group.
Okay. This is ACE, study reality. It says adverse childhood experiences increase risk of addiction, depression, violence, chronic illness, suicide, and criminal behavior. Wow. I think Danielle had mentioned this particular group when we had did the thing on depression as well. This gonna probably end up being a part 2. What hurt looks like. Man, here we go back again. Anger, untreated grief, control, untreated fear, addiction, untreated pain, jealousy, untreated insecurity, avoidance, untreated abandonment, and people pleasing, untreated rejection. God, dog. Dude, I could. There's a lot to unpack all right there in them bullet points right there, Doc.
And I tell you, like he is slapping. Like when I tell you, he hitting the nail right on the head and not missing.
Wow.
And if you've ever experienced any of these things or know anybody going through these, or you saw this actively play out or playing out, this helps you kind of understand why people kind of feel like they feel sometimes, or going through some of this stuff that they doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like Dennis said, this helped me to really understand bullies now.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you feel sorry for those people because, you know, even though they're bullying people, they're causing harm and hurt to other people, but you understand, like, at some point they haven't dealt with their own trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just project this trauma off on somebody else. Let me put it off on somebody else.
And honestly, bro, when you think about it and really see what this is for what it's worth, it's like I don't think they really necessarily mean to.
Well, I was just in a second. Philly just asked the same thing. I wonder, do they realize they have caused others pain, and do they feel sorry for doing it? Man, when it's like I think some of them, because their pain runs so deep, their trauma runs so deep, and they never got that help for it, that it gives. I think for some now, I can't. I think for some it gives them an outlet to relieve their own pain or trauma, and for others, it's uncontrollable. They can't control it,
Right.
and then you got that third party that probably actually feels sorry for doing it, but they can't control it.
So when you really think about us as a people, again, and we hadn't got a chance to jump into this one, but it's a term called epigenetics. And when you think about us as a black people, what we went through, so many years ago in our lineage and our generations and cycles just passed down. If you think about it, we came through slavery. And then when you add the fact that you got to come and live in this same racist society with all this stuff going on, plus what already you got genetically built up in you, bro, you a ticking time bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't. I mean, I wonder. I mean, how do you unpack it all? You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I mean, yours ain't gonna be like mine, and mine ain't gonna be like yours. Everybody's situation gonna be different. Because that's why a lot of folks say, "Man, just get over it." Get over what? How the hell I get over this?
Right.
I'm trying my best to just go through life. You talking about get over it, man? Please.
Right.
Yeah. Boy,
This is good stuff.
I
Good stuff.
don't even
Good
know how to go
stuff.
past it to the next slide, Doc. Because
This is good stuff. But but when you look at this, what go back? I mean, we got to spend some time right here.
okay, I'm with you, Doc. I just
Just the very title of what hurt looks like.
yes.
If you've experienced this hurt, if you saw this hurt, and you start to look at it, okay, I know this person always angry, just angry, just don't know. And then you look at it, untreated grief.
Yep. I mean, I'm talking about there's so many stories going through my head right now, and I'm like,
Right.
bro.
Then you think about that person that's got to be in control, got to control everything, a control freak. Then you say, untreated fear. They've been so fearful, and so only way they can control their fear is to be in control of things.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
When you think about addiction, people that are addicted to things, it's untreated pain that they've experienced.
That's what they call self-medication, Doc.
Yeah, but I told my brother-in-law Clarence, we were riding, and I said, I never really understood drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I never really understood smoking. And when I say smoking, I'm talking about drugs, smoking drugs and all that. Mm-hmm. I said, because this is how I always viewed things. If I got an issue and I said, I'm going to drink because I don't want to think about my issue.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm back sober, guess what?
It ain't went nowhere.
My issue is still there.
Mm-hmm.
If I go and smoke marijuana and get high as a giraffe's butt and eat all the chips and snacks I won't eat, soon as I get sober, the issue is still there.
Yeah, I mean, you even got the women who do the promiscuity. They just feel like they've been done so bad that they gotta, pass it along. And boy, it's right here so crazy, bro.
And that's why I never participated in a lot of stuff. I mean, well, I ain't gonna say I ain't participate. I have done it, but I didn't see I didn't see the reason. Like, I mean, I probably did it when I was younger just to be experiencing like some other people marijuana stuff, drink. Even drinking now, like I don't drink to drink. I might socially have a drink with somebody just to, but it's never so I can be, I got to drink away my problem, man. I'm thinking about some stuff, man. Too much stuff. No, because I feel like I can think my way through it when I'm more clear headed.
Mm-hmm. What about the managers that are powerless at home and can come to work and always on a power trip? We just talked about that yesterday.
It's the control. They're fear at home. They fear they don't control nothing at home. We talked about yesterday, and then they go to the job and they become this because they have a position of power and they become this power stricken person. And everybody's like, man, he need to go do this. And a lot of times it's with women because women don't. And I told her, I said, if you want to see a powerful person, like especially a woman, I said, go and look at their personal life. I bet you they don't run nothing in their personal life. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so this is why you get women that go to school, they get real educated, they go get the good job, they become leaders, and they can't keep a relationship. They can't be in a marriage. And then they say, oh, nah, I'm just, people are like, why are you so single? You seem like you would be a great kid. Oh, I just can't find a man that can handle me. You see, they give you all of that, And it ain't that.
If you work with that person long enough, I know I've worked with several managers that I worked with over the years. That first you start working with them, spend some time with them. You can tell they be tripping, but then if you work with them past 6 or 7 months or so, all of them start coming out. They'll start telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you don't even ask for
it. Absolutely.
It's gonna be like a faucet. It's just gonna turn on. You like, damn, dude, I don't want to hear all that. What the hell I like? Bro,
they sure will. Yeah.
Yeah. But wow, man. Yeah, keep it going. Gee whiz. Accountability balance. Pain explains behavior. Never excuses it. You can be wounded and wrong. Your trauma is not your fault. Your healing is your responsibility. I go back to what you were saying earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So, to answer Miss Philly's question, some of the stuff that people, like I said, I think the term is that they're saying people bleeding on you. I think a lot of times people bleed on you don't even realize they're bleeding on you.
Right.
Because of all the unhurt, the unhealed hurt and the trauma and all the stuff they've been through, the unhealed pain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot. But this part right here is talking about taking the responsibility for what you got going on with you and going to a therapist, going to a counselor. And a lot of times it's not no one-stop shop. You know what I'm saying? It's an ongoing thing. It's a journey. We get our oil change on our cars. You get your hair redone. You get your nails done. This got everything to do with your spirit and your soul and your well-being.
So what happens, or what do you do when you're so traumatized, so like you're beyond trying to understand or have any kind of accountability balance?
Mm-hmm.
How do people navigate through that?
Man, all I can say is it being that I experienced something very, very early on in my life with losing my mom. It's like triggers, and one day you can be just as fine and going on, just cool, and all of a sudden, like especially like it was during the time, like birthdays, holidays,
right,
date of the death,
right.
I remember one day, man, probably about 3 years ago, I was DJing, and it was just happened to be the date of my mama's death. And dude said something to me, man, I went the fuck off. Excuse my French. And I had to go apologize to the dude because I was like, bro, I don't even, I didn't even know where I was at the moment. I said, because I was having a moment, and you, of course,
Yeah.
didn't know that. He like, man,
Right.
he said, man, I respect it for you even come back telling me that. But
Right.
you just
Yeah.
don't never know, bro. So
Right.
it's difficult, and I guess it depends on how deep the trauma or the pain that you went through, because
It's the same thing to me, man. When I try to understand, like people who commit like horrendous crimes, when they unalive people and they
Mhm.
unalive it in just such unimaginable ways, man. You be like, that is gruesome. Like what mental illness a person got? But and this is what I'm talking about. When that trauma, man, is so deep and it runs so deep, and you never got any help for it, and you don't understand. There is no accountability balance. You don't. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, bro, it's like this situation. What's the episodes that come on TV? Snapped. That's for real.
Yeah, right. And
Pressure.
it's like, and then people be like, man, that person they pushed that person to the limit. Well,
Mhm.
I just happened to be walking through yesterday, uh, and Clarence and Cheryl was watching a series, His and Hers or something,
Yeah.
and they was at a morgue, and they was talking about this lady. And he said the lady had been stabbed 40 times, and I just said, I stopped. I said 40 times. I said, man, somebody was really mad at her.
Mhm.
I mean, had all them stabbed over 40 times. I was like, somebody had to be mad at her. But this is the kind of trauma people have, right?
Mhm.
Then I was watching a video yesterday, and I know it's an old video because I saw it long years ago. But after I saw it, this woman looked like she was buying something or whatever, right? She had pulled her car up. She was asked like she was buying something. I couldn't see like what they was buying, and it was a guy right in the line behind her. And the guy kept talking to her, do something. Then he would step up, do something else, come back, step. And the lady had tinted windows, so you really could see that there was somebody in the car with her, right?
Mhm.
And soon as the woman walked away, walked around to get in her car, the dude got out, started talking to the guy, and he pulled a gun up, and the guy was like, "Wait a minute, bro!" You couldn't hear what they were saying, but he threw his hands up like, "What?" And then the dude put the gun down, and he started back trying to convince the dude, started talking to him. He just pulled a gun and shot the dude, man, about 7, 8 times, and then he walked away casually, didn't run, didn't look around. It was this, and I said, this was not the first time he's done this.
Mm.
He was too cool, calm, and collected when he did it. Turned around, walked away, took his time, opening the door, get in the car, sat down, and today pulled off.
Mm.
I said that was not his first time. But what makes a person, bro? I mean, he was clearly comfortable in doing it.
I think sometimes, man, people be so far gone till they be numb to it. It's like they don't even care have a care in the world. You know.
That man, that's some deep trauma, bro.
Mhm.
That is some deep trauma.
Yep.
I'm talking about to the point. It's deep. Ms. Gwen said it requires a level of self-awareness to recognize that we are operating in trauma. People often say that it's just the way I am to excuse bad or self-sabotaging behavior, but it's most often um,
Trauma.
rooted in trauma. Yeah.
Yeah. And I bring up, man, like I told you, we talked about it before that about the man that, my auntie husband at the time that killed my granddad. When I look back at his family and think about it now, I'm gonna say it, I'm not making fun of it, but I'm just saying all of his family, when I go back to the ones that I did meet, majority of them, not all of them, had something going on with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when I go back and look at it, like what happened in his family to make him trigger like that we weren't privileged to know about. That's why
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's very imperative, man. When you in these relationships with these folk and you get married and stuff, you got to know what you're signing up for.
But I mean, you raise a very valid point there. But how if people don't share with us, because some people try to lock their way in the past and throw away the key.
That's true too.
You know what I'm saying? So if so I'm just gonna use me and Monica for it. So if I had met Monica a long time ago, and Monica had experienced some severe trauma in her life, and then she just locked it away, throw it away, the key, never shared it with me, and then all of a sudden, 20 years later, something comes up, and then all this stuff comes. I'm like, what the hell? And I ain't know none of this. You know what I'm saying? That happens more than not, than you think.
Yeah.
Because some people say, I don't want to deal with my trauma head on. I put that trauma, I forgot what they call it when they just kind of put it in a ball, throw it in a box, put a key in and throw away the key.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it never happened in their life until something traumatic brings it back out.
Yeah. That's the dangerous part.
Is that boy? That's dangerous. And so this is why I like the accountability balance in this piece, and that's why I got to get this book, bro. I got to get this book, and if the book is only $10 and something, I might buy 10 copies of it and give it to people. I'm not lying, bro. I might buy 10 copies of it, man, and give it to people because, you have to understand, like Miss Gwen just said, man, it requires a level of self awareness to know what you're dealing with. But some people are in such self denial to the point like, I don't understand this is probably going to be a 2-dayer, probably.
It's 19 slides. It may be a 3-day. It depends on how deep you keep
Yeah.
going.
I mean, but you can't talk about hurt.
This requires this though.
Yeah, you can't talk about hurting people, and not deal with the accountability aspects of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like. Ms. Gwen, I really don't like the term generational curses.
Yeah, we
I don't really care for it, but I do understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like it. But we say generational trauma. And but when you look at so let's just call it generational trauma. It's often called generational trauma. There are also repressed memories that are coping mechanisms because the trauma is so painful. And that's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where you repress those memories so deep, they so far down, but and I'm talking about, it can be like this for 20, 30, 40 years. So that's why I don't really believe there's a time limit on grief or trauma.
It's not.
And sometimes I know sometimes we have stuff to say because I've been one to say it too. It's just like when people go back and accuse people of raping them 30, 40 years ago. And then we'd be like, why you ain't come forward 30, 40 years ago? Look at this stuff that's in these slides and you will see why.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You will see why they didn't come together. If you got a family and if as a child, because I've seen this a lot with children, especially young girls, where they went to their parents or went to somebody and said, hey, this person is touching me. Oh, you just imagining stuff. You don't know what you're talking about. And then so the kid never brings it back to you again. And they endure whatever hardship, whatever goes through, they deal with it right. And they go through, deal with it. And then maybe they, like Ms. Gwen said, they repress all of those memories, throw them and lock and key. But then soon as something triggers it, then they come to you and they say, I remember all those years ago, I came to you and I told you that you didn't try to protect me or nothing. And now you sitting there looking like, eyes all big like a deer caught in the headlight because they did come to you, and then you say, well, why did you even come back and tell me this? I told you. And you did nothing. You said nothing. So there you go. That's the reason people hold stuff in for 30, 40, 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Phyllis said this book should be read and expressed with abusers. We want to protect the person they get an abuse, but the abuser needs help too. Yeah,
Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
yeah,
Mhm.
I agree. I prefer your term generational trauma. I put that one because that's the one more people are familiar with. So let me do this, man. I want to do this. And if you can't afford it, let me know. But I want us to read this book. Um, we I want us to order this book and read this book, and we're gonna because I want this to really help us. And I know most of us, we order it, we probably won't get it. This might not get it for a few days or whatever, and
And maybe you probably can find it. You could probably find it as a digital or ebook. That's what I'm gonna try to find.
yeah, they do have an ebook. I saw it. They have the ebook as well.
Yeah.
But I can't. I had to have the physical copy. I can't do the ebook. I have done the ebooks, but I want the physical copy. I want us to read this book, and then I want us to do a offline discussion where we can still come together on here, but we just not go live with it, and we can talk. That way, we have a platform. We can talk and go back, and we can discuss it in the comments and all this stuff. We just don't go live with it.
Well, do keep in mind that some of this information, it may be coming from the book, but again, this is using our trusted AI ChatGPT. So I made sure with this particular subject matter, I said, please, because I have a conversation with my assistant. I said, I need you to go to deep research as you possibly can and use the deep research opportunity that it has.
Yeah, but check this out, LaVell. I'm trying. I can't go back in the slide.
Which one?
Just go back. I'll tell you when to stop. Go back. Go back. Go back. Right here. There and the next one.
Yeah. It said it came from him. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, absolutely.
That says a lot. You now go to the next slide.
Yep.
Go back. Well, you went to the first one. Yeah. Go forward.
Okay.
I keep saying back. Okay, go forward. Now go forward. Right here. Them two slides, the one before this one and this one, man, that explains a lot just in itself, bro.
I even want to go. I want to go see what he even looked like. What's his name? Dr. John Preston. Okay. I don't know what slide we left off on.
So yeah, it's crazy.
That's where we go to next. Yeah, so this is the next slide. Boy, the cost of not healing, and we know you probably got to get off a little early, don't you, Tony? You hear me? You got to get off a little early.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm good right now. Yeah. Okay. So the cost of not healing. Oh, bro, this thing right here is cutting, bro. The cost of not healing, broken relationships. Then there are these cycles of abuse, man, that are Miss Gwen. This is when we start talking about generational, the cycles of abuse that continue, where the mama do it to the kids do it to their kids, the kids do it to they kids or their girlfriends or boyfriends, and it just continues on. And nobody's addressing it, right? Nobody's addressing it. Everybody just continuing on in the cycle.
Right.
And it creates so much pain, so much hurt and pain, bro, and then that's why people be trying to find so many other coping mechanisms, drugs, liquor, all this other stuff, then you have people will financially self-sabotage. This is crazy to me. That you will sabotage your own financial stability because you've not healed from the trauma. You don't, and so what's the difference Or what makes you think, Lavelle, that a person would not want to heal from their past traumas, be healed from their past traumas?
Shame. Because people, especially in this time now, bro. Everything is social media driven. And everybody want to look like this and look like that. People are afraid to share and be vulnerable because if they go, like you said, a long time ago, folk gonna take your stuff and use it against you. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Try to make you look even worse. Come on, bro.
Wow.
I really don't. I have to be totally honest with you. And talk on my daddy. I had to come to grips with it because I used to be the same way, worried about what folks gonna feel about me. But I had to get to the point and say, you know what? I can't worry about them and miss out and miss me. It's gonna be a problem.
Wow.
And
Wow.
And come to find out, he was the same way. And it is a term for it because you be like you like. I remember I called you one time. I just called you out the blue and said, man, I just want to call to make sure we got right with each other. And you said, no, we good. I have that. I don't have it as much as I used to, but I just be like, I be trying to make sure I'm good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, folk be ashamed. They're worried about what folks think about them. And you can't put yourself out there like that. And you miss, like I said, you're gonna mess around and miss yourself.
Right.
That's called self-identity crisis.
Right. Miss Gwen said those two slides are the meat of the topic. That's what I'm talking about, Miss Gwen. So I know it's in the book. I know the book is good because that was juicy enough. We didn't have to go to the other slides to understand a lot of people's trauma just from them two slides.
Yeah.
You know. Good morning. This topic, the cost of not healing the cycle can repeat over and over again. Yep. Phyllis said it's sad to think about people serving time in prison from reacting from trauma and pain. So sad. Yes. Ms. Gwen said it becomes normal because that's all they know. Wow. Mel said it's not that they don't have to want it in their timing. They want it in their timing or they won't receive it properly, therapy, healing, etc. All right, we got to cut off, man. Come on, give us your thoughts and prayers out, brother.
I'm gonna let y'all see who this gentleman is. Hold on 1 second. I just download his picture. Give me 1 second. It's going slow.
And I did put the book. I put the link for the book on Amazon in a community group, 2 Men and a Half community group.
Okay. That's the gentleman right there. They say he's the evangelist for trauma. I never heard of such. If you see the picture in the back of his background, it says the problem of a wounded child. And you know, wounded mean you bleeding internally. You ain't bleeding externally.
See, trauma has no color. Trauma has no race.
No.
Trauma has no ethnicity. Trauma is trauma.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, we say that for the march. You're gonna let me keep going. Stop. Ms. Gwen says reason, shame, stigma around getting professional or spiritual help, doesn't know how to deal with it, lack of resources, yes, or access to resources, just don't want to face the pain and trauma. Absolutely. Miss Phyllis said she needed it today. I'm so glad because I promise you, I think
we all needed this one.
Yeah, I was laying in the bed right before the game, right when the game went off. I said, no, Tony got company at the house and everything. I said, let me go and get up. And I had went to the other slide to get a topic. I said, no, that one ain't it. And then it just said, hurt people. I went to it and went through the slide. I was like, this everything that we don't talk about it more. So this is like the icing on the cake in a good way, you know. So
yes.
But man, looking forward to see y'all tomorrow, man. Man, this has been good. I'm feasting. Wow. Anyway, anything else, Tony?
Nah, that's it, bro.
Okay, let us pray. Most gracious eternal God, our Father, Lord God, we thank you for being able to come together and discuss some things that's going on internally with a lot of people that they don't like to discuss. And God, we ask you to give them the spirit and the wherewithal to, if they're going through anything, there's something that has happened in their life, that they'll be able to come forth and talk about it, to start the healing process. We know that they won't be totally healed, but at least they'll start the process. And we actually, Lord God, to continue to look down on 2 Men and a Half podcast to continue to give these topics and So everybody can become a better version of themselves than they were on yesterday. We actually continue to look down on Tony family, my family, Queen family, and every family that's associated that fellowships with us, Lord God. We actually continue to touch everybody that's going through grief process, have lost loved ones. We actually look down on their family right now. And we actually do all these in your son Jesus' name, and we said amen.
Amen, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same bad time.
Same bad place. Yeah, we touched on it already, man.
Yeah, Too Many Hats. Let's talk about it.
It's the 2 Minute Hats podcast with your hosts with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock That He. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. 2 Minute Hats podcast.